I have many lucky doos. You like?
You have arrived. To reclaim our legacy, we aspects must restore the powers we relinquished to defeat Deathwing. Within the depths of Uldaman lies a vault that holds a disc of kil4joy's memories. Find that disc and bring it back to me. It may to regain our strength.
Five, four, 3, 2, 1, 1.
To reclaim our legacy, we aspects must restore the powers we relinquished to defeat Deathwing. Within the depths of Uldaman lies a vault that holds a disc of kil4joy's memories. Find that disc and bring it back to me. It may contain the knowledge we need to regain our strength.
Countered. Countered.
What's this? Intruders here to take our riches, I bet! Have we found any riches? We've been digging down here so long, I can't
Countered.
even think
Countered.
straight.
No one steals from us! Time to teach these lunkheads a lesson! They call me the Stonecracker!
Countered.
Hop in and let 'em have it!
Time to move these thingies.
Did somebody order a Stonecracker?
Now the party's starting! Here we go!
Divine Shield.
Did somebody order a Stonecracker?
You know, I think that tussle actually helped clear my head. Much obliged, stranger. We'll lend you a hand after we get our bearings.
Blind. Countered.
Crush 'em!
Counter. Or mastery.
Now you see a chieftain's power! Frogs! Fight for your chief! Now you're gonna be sorry! Snowball frogs! Attack!
Survival instincts.
Roadblock always wins! Nice work! That frog has been a real pest.
We know how to open the door, but that ugly rockhead always kept us out.
Want to see something nifty? What's this? That did it! Now let's see what we can find inside!
Tears marvelous mustache! Another locked door!
Leave this to me! Steel charge! Boom! Over my head! Well, at least this lunkhead got the door open. You better go on while Olaf recovers.
Halt! The unworthy will not enter this house, but its secrets will be protected! Must regain strength! Stop where you are! I will purge you from existence! Must regain strength! Stop where you are! Must regain strength!
Divine shield.
Not for you!
Some kind of library. Hey, what now? All I see are books.
Countered.
Maybe we can find a few treasure maps. We'll have a look while you go on ahead.
Countered. Blind. Countered. Countered. Or mastery. Blind. Countered. Countered. Countered.
Whoa! Look at all this stuff!
Heroes, you could keep searching for whatever it
Countered.
is you folks are after.
Countered.
We're calling dibs on this room. Safe travels all.
Blind. Countered. Countered. Divine Shield.
have me here. Alexstrasza's lapdogs, I
Countered.
suspect. I fear I will have to deny your queen her prize. The disc you see will be mine.
Aura Mastery. Counter.
This disc may hold the secret to the aspects regaining their power, and we cannot allow that to happen. Now the disc is lost to time, just as you are about to be. The sands will scour you from this timeline. You cannot even comprehend the infinite possibilities. You will be lost in time. The sands will scour you from this timeline.
Aura Mastery.
The sands will scour you from this timeline. Can you feel your fate closing in? Your efforts are impressive, but in vain. The timelines are converging. There will be only one aspect, and Murison shall be infinite!
Many deals for a friend of the Grummels, like you.
Where's fit for the aspects? See all Veldraken has.
have many, many wares.
What is it?
I didn't know you were down here.
I just got on. I was watching Wheel of Time.
Wheel of Time.
Yeah. I read the books years ago, and then I stopped reading them because I got really retarded, but...
Oh. I saw that on the other day. Thought about looking at it.
So... It's good. It's bad. It really abbreviated the whole thing, but you know,
It's perfect for me.
yeah, it's fantasy, but like, hey, it's just fucking. So I'm huge like a Song of Ice and Fire fan, which is also known as Game of Thrones because the first book was called A Game of Thrones. So I know that series very well, and I love the author, but he is way too slow at writing. Anyway, long story short, um, about the time that his books were being written, the first ones, Wheel of Time was kind of out there, and Robert Jordan writes the Wheel of Time. Robert Jordan died. He never finished the series. He had, I think, like a form of cancer or something. And he writes, his wife is a writer as well. And she mostly wrote romance novels. And his books are fantasy, but they follow some of the worst aspects of anime. A lot of people love anime. I love anime, but one of the worst things are, and I guess I should say manga because most animes are based off of manga. But um, the big critique on any of those animes or mangas is that it's always some kid who has unremarkable or remarkable power. He's unstoppable. You know, goes Super Saiyan or whatever the fuck it is,
Hell yeah,
and they
Super Saiyan.
pretty much and they
Dragon Ball
save the
Z, man.
world.
Love it.
Yeah, I know. You know, and it's always, oh, I'm powering up, I'm gonna get stronger. I'm from some obscure village, and I save the world. You know, that's kind of like the whole deal. And
Why do you sound like
George,
Goku?
so basically, so George R. Martin, who writes the Song of Ice and Fire books, always said his biggest critique on fantasy books is the boy from a village that goes out and has some innate power that he doesn't know about, and you know, he saves the world. And he said
Okay.
that's not interesting. That's not interesting to him. What's interesting is when the bad guy loses. And that's why A Song of Ice and Fire has always been so interesting, is because there's a lot of gray area. You know, the first book, you know, showed the Lannisters as being evil, but then the second book kind of showed another side of them. You know, everything is gray, nothing's black and white except for a couple characters, or specifically to be very rigid in their honor and stance and views on life. So, long story short, he was directly critiquing the Wheel of Time series when he was saying that. Um, and he's right. That said, people can enjoy dessert from now and again. So that's what I consider Wheel of Time. Um, it's kind of a guilty pleasure read. But while the books themselves aren't awful, they're not great because if you remember, I said his wife was a romance novelist.
Right.
And you can tell she ghost wrote a lot of shit in the series. And it's fucking awful. It's fucking terrible. It's fucking boring. It's fucking shit. Like, and I don't mean it's when I say there's not like a lot of romance going along, it's way too wordy, and it's a lot of pages that don't go anywhere. A lot of pages that don't explain anything. They don't contribute. So if I know you probably don't read books, or if you do, I don't know what you've
Not
read.
really.
If you've ever read A Song of Ice and Fire, one of the reasons his books take so long to write, he's very deliberate in his word choice. He's very deliberate in what he writes. Nothing is wasted. Every sentence has meaning. There's no excesses in a lot of the stuff that's written. Meaning, he writes it, and you're meant to read the whole thing and really kind of absorb it all. So when you start reading Wheel of Time, it's like, fuck. 3 pages describing a barrel in an inn. Who gives a flying fuck? It didn't contribute to anything. It doesn't mean anything. None of it matters. None of it at all. And so that's where a lot of the annoyance comes in with his books. He died, and then Brandon Sanderson finished the series on his behalf, and it was supposed to just be one more book, and he ended up going, can't do this in one book. He added 3 more books, but Brandon Sanderson is a great writer, so I need to finish the books. I should, and I heard he did a really fantastic job of finishing it. It's just I don't have time to read. I wish I did, but I guess one day. So yeah, we didn't run anything tonight. You had messaged me, and I was actually not here. I was doing something else, and I got back and I saw what you'd said. I was like, well, Turner wasn't getting on till 7, but we ended up not doing anything anyway. Gab needed to do her heroics for the buff, so she would get the first week down to get the mount.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
There is a mount you can get if you do. It's 5 weeks of time walking, right?
Yeah.
This is the first week. If you do 5 heroics in a row, you'll get credit for. I'm sorry, I'm not heroics. Time walking. You do 5 time walking in a row, you'll get credit for that week. You just have to build the buff up to 5 stack. So if you've done 5 of them in a row already, you got it for the week. You can
done heroics.
I know it's time walking.
Yeah, I haven't done that either.
If you do 5, if you do 5 time walking, you get a heroic piece of gear too. Hero level.
Oh really?
So if you want to do it, we can do it.
I ain't got time for 5. I'll run some, but
Well, you got to do them all. Well, there's a quest right now for the 5.
no way
So
I'm running 5 right now. I'm tired. Like I probably was gonna run away maybe one more.
you're fine. We can do one if you. Well, we can do them. Well, tomorrow.
Do them in the
tomorrow-
day. It's like, is it resets each day?
No. So there's the weekly quest right now is do 5 time walking.
Right.
The quest, or I'm sorry, the thing for the mount, you have to do 5 kind of in a row or quick enough to where you get the buff called Knowledge of the Time Ways up to 5 stacks. No. 4 applications, so only 4 of them. But the quest is 5, so you're gonna have to do 5 anyway to get the stuff. But I mean, I want to be in DFW tomorrow and Saturday, but in the evening I have no problem. I can run whatever. So
Okay.
her brother will be there, but he asked me, he's like, what kind of internet is there at their Tamara's mom's house, I guess. And I said, oh, it's 300 megabit fiber connection. He's like, because he wanted he was going to bring, I don't know if he's bringing Xbox or how he was going to do it. He was going to stream the game stream shit or whatever xCloud bullshit for what's that fucking game, Starfield. I'm like, wow, fuck that game. But anyway,
Cloud streaming that shit.
Yeah, from the Xbox streaming shit or whatever.
Can't you do that on a computer?
You can do it on anything. You can do it on a fucking tablet.
Download it, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what he's going to use it on. Is the thing. I'm guessing he's got a laptop he'll do it on or something. But if he has a laptop, then why wouldn't he just install it on the laptop?
Right, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I don't know. Unless he's just going to do it on a tablet or something. I really don't know. And then he was talking about he was talking to Tam, my wife, and he was saying something about he's gonna probably upgrade their TV while they're at it. I'm thinking, oh, is he getting a smart TV so he can install that because he wants to play that there on the TV and shit? Whatever. So he was in the Marines, right?
Yeah.
I guess the story is, and one of the reasons he's kind of like checked out on caring about any of this thing with his parents, mostly his dad, was. I was talking to my wife about it. I said, "So why is he so against your dad? Not that I really like, care. Just is there a reason? Because I was wondering, is he going to change his ways now that he's gone, and be more friendly with his mother, Anyway, she said that he used to beat the shit out of him, I guess.
Oh, wow.
But in the sense like, like spank him and that
Yeah.
sort of thing, the paddle, and anytime he was out of line, bad grades, whatever it is. And it's like, I kind of came from that same type of
Yeah.
upbringing. My dad never wanted to ever hit me.
Right.
Like I was telling her, I said he has spanked me. Like, I can maybe I can't even remember one time that he did it, but I'm sure he did. I'm pretty sure he did, but honestly, he was not really into the whole spanking thing. My mother, on the other hand, came from old world Germany and beat the shit out of me with like a wooden spoon when I was little. And that's just she learned that from her dad, and the big thing that she ended up doing was slapping me in the face with her hand, which I fucking hate that shit. Just would do that all the time, just smack the fuck out of me. And it's like, this is bullshit, bitch, I would get it. Like, I come home with bad, a B, right?
Mhm.
That's a fucking spanking, where I'm like, what the fuck? Now granted, I got to the point where I didn't do that. It was more, you're grounded, or just some sort of punishment. And it's like, goddamn. So anyway, I guess he got spanked a lot. The fucking minute he graduated high school, he left for the Marines. Which made my wife, apparently, she said she didn't forgive him at first and cried like crazy because he wasn't there to like shield her from shit anymore, I guess. And I'm not saying that they didn't get like abused or nothing, but anyway, she's also, well, there's other things, but anyway, she was telling me all this stuff. I'm like, okay, I can understand, but over time he's also been kind of like, he was a super fucking hardcore anti, like, not anti, but like doesn't agree with their whole Christian bullshit. And he says it's the dumbest fucking thing in the world. They're stuck in a cult. They, all these different things, which is true, which I could go on about. They ran up credit card bills of hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Holy God.
Yeah, in the name of their little ministry thing, which was basically just them crisscrossing the country on a credit card, thinking that God told them that don't worry about it, they'll get it paid off. Ended up declaring bankruptcy over it. It's a whole fucking thing. So he their son had to help them out with that, pay off the rest of their house, because they were about to just lose the house because of all this stuff. And he told them and helped them go declare bankruptcy. They'll pay off the house, all this other bullshit. So anyway, really bad decisions, but it was all based on their belief that God told them all this shit. And yeah, pretty much nuts. And so essentially that's where some of his, like, feelings come from about this stuff. And I don't blame him. Fuck. I mean, but see, I have a little different. I don't hesitate to talk shit to my parents. If they tell me some crazy kooky shit, I tell them they're fucking retarded to their face, and I'll tell them why, and I'll say, look, you believe this stuff. This is dumb, and here's the proof right there. My dad fucking hates it because he tries to fucking start our shit with me, mostly politics, and I'll prove him wrong every time, and he just doesn't want to talk about it anymore. You know, he'll just stop. I don't want to talk about it anymore. It's like, yeah, because you got fucking proven wrong, bitch. You know, but it's usually true on just about any subject because they don't research stuff. They just believe shit on feelings. But anyway, my wife won't do that. You know, to her parents, it's too taboo, I guess, to really do that. So whatever, I don't care. We're hoping that her mom gets a little deprogramming. I swear to God, I was out in there talking to her the other day, in the back room. It was late at night, so I figured I'd go and talk. You know, it'd be nice and whatever. And we were talking about some stuff, and I was mentioning, you know, how hot it's been. Hopefully, her electric bill can start getting lowered. And she goes, I shit you not, because I was talking about like climate change and stuff. I shit you not. She says, well, you know, it's because they're manipulating the weather.
Yeah,
It's like, what the fuck? The fuck are you talking about? Is there some Chinese man up there in a balloon controlling the weather?
control the weather.
God. Yeah, and then the boy, oh my God. To have their grandfather on one side die on Friday, and then the next Thursday, the other one die. So he went in. He had about a month ago that surgery to remove that cancer from his lungs,
Right.
and he went into the I guess yesterday. He got admitted to the hospital because he was looking pale and his heartbeat was like 30 beats a second or some shit, and he was super white, I guess. And so they took him into the hospital, and I'm guessing basically at that point he had a heart attack of some sort, a mild one or whatever. But they said, yeah, you've got an infection in your kidneys that probably stemmed from the surgery in your lungs. But he had a hematoma near his heart, which is that's just like collected blood, really.
Right.
And so they kind of went through. So overnight, he had apparently a heart attack because just the way they described it. And then everybody showed up today, family-wise. Caleb got there this morning. Oh, he raced there, I guess, from this morning to get there. Obviously, they were all gonna. Obviously, he was gonna be there, and so was Zach, the youngest stepson. We're all gonna be there for the funeral stuff on Saturday. They were gonna travel tomorrow, Friday, but they ended up having to go today because of this. So they get there, and I don't know the story that's going on. I wasn't obviously there, but well, with like there was some debate back and forth. What I kind of heard was the boy's dad was in agreement with the doctor. The doctor came in and said, "Look, he's on too much stuff is failing on him. They keep having to add more equipment." And he said it's just time to let him go. The other two siblings of their aunt and uncle, they wanted to fight and say no, keep him going. Anyway, apparently during the day, what finally got him is he had 5 cardiac arrests in a row, and on the 5th one, they just couldn't revive him anymore. On the 4th one, the grandmother, their grandmother, who they were saying doesn't even know what's going on because they suspect maybe she has some dementia problems right now.
Oh, jeez.
She was asking where her husband was at, but on the fourth one, I guess she was lucid enough. She turned to Tim and said, "My life is over now." I was like, Jesus Christ. So they're all bawling and crying and whatever. And even Tamara, because Tamara was married to the boy's dad for I don't know how many years difference there is between Zach and Tim. And so they even lived at their house for a while, and she knows them very well. I mean, I know them too, but I mean, we don't do much, but
Right.
I mean, especially since they're in fucking Dallas, but yeah, he's so he died today. Like, goddamn. It's like fucking what the hell's going on? This is death season right now. And it's my mother's birthday today. So I called her up. She's got to have some sort of surgery too. She's like something with her fucking intestines or some shit. I don't know what's going on.
Jeez, man.
Well, she's got what the hell's that shit called? Celiac disease or whatever. Which I don't know if you know what that is, but basically you can't eat gluten, right? It's like an allergy to it, and it causes you to have digestion problems, right? Like going through the intestines and stuff. And so I think she has something inflamed on her colon or some bullshit right now. I don't know what the deal is. Nothing major, but I think they were going to do some test to see. Let's see, are you? Oh, I thought you were. What are you walking around that goddamn tree mode for?
Let's just goof it off.
You just kidding. Cork the Ferengi is hilarious. Yes, true. That's a true statement. First rule of acquisition. It's from Star Trek.
Yeah.
There's the the Ferengi rules of acquisition. I don't know. They were more fleshed out in Deep Space Nine, which the fucking women in Ferengi culture, the women, if they wear clothes, it's considered obscene. So women are required to be naked. It's the only way that it's so fucking weird. And they look like fucking goblins, dude. The first time they meet the Ferengi in Star Trek: The Next Generation, they made them they were like a fucking clown alien race. It was hilarious. They made them more fleshed out in Deep Space Nine, at least. They weren't so goofy and stupid. What are you gonna run?
I don't know.
I want to watch this. You need to run Brackenhide, so you're up all night.
Run that shit. Pull my eyeballs out. Probably run that. What the fuck is this warlock shit going on here?
Is that what? Yeah. A holy priest, 3 warlocks, a destruction. Nah, man, you need to say I'll only join if one changes the demonology. All 3 warlock types.
Why are they running this?
I don't know.
Someone in there. Someone's got a 2,000 rating. I guess it'd be like Chris running somebody. Or like us.
Maybe they think warlocks are gonna be meta for season 3. They're all getting their warlock on.
That's
There you go, 15 VP.
Fuck that. I probably could do it though.
It's funny. We were I was helping Gab get her 5 time walking in, and we got a vortex pinnacle, and so I was healing it, it was whatever, and we were running it through this, and I said, okay, so we were going through, and we were doing skips, but it's just normal, so you're not doing it like for mythic. And we skipped the sparks. I said, okay, well, up here we're not going to do the sparks. We're going to go take a hard right. And she goes, oh yeah, you don't need the percentage. I said, actually, I learned that you don't need to do these at all, because you're already over the percentage if you do these anyway. And Chris was in there in the chat, and I said, she goes, why didn't we do that before? I said, oh, it's probably because our tank isn't that great. He started laughing because I was like, yeah, I mean, there's this shit. It's true if you run stuff with other people and you get some better ideas. He's not wrong on that. But at the same time, I'm thinking we can just as easily watch a fucking video
Right.
that tells you what the fucking to do. I just never think about it. I need to do that next season. After the first couple weeks, I'm gonna have to watch some videos on what people are doing, just to get an idea. Because
This other nothing. Ah, fuck. How would they go
You
off? They didn't even get.
too late. Hit sign up anyway. You just delisted it, maybe, or just cancel it. Maybe it. Are you sure it just didn't like delist because he did get full?
Well, usually you see it though.
Oh, weird.
I say that, but usually, yeah. See, there he is again.
They may have, like, you not doing it. You just holding the button down.
Debating. Do I really want to
It's
do
just-
it or not?
Just a 10,
I just ran a 10 and 3-keyed it.
and you went the wrong way.
I don't, dude. It was really weird. I like turned this
What?
corner. I was like, why are we here?
Which dungeon was it?
No, Olimon?
Legacy of Tyr?
Yeah.
The one you're doing now?
As always, on time.
It's not there. It's that other area.
Badlands.
Pleasant spending time.
I can't remember
it's-
which one's Oldman and which one's the.
Oldemon is the one that you go to the old world, Badlands to the right. Yeah, that. Oh, you got to get that angle. Yeah. This is the one with the Lost Vikings, the 3 dwarves.
Yeah.
The beginning.
Yeah, I don't know what I did. I went somewhere and I ended up coming around and I was like, what the fuck?
You did a loop. You did a whole
Yeah,
circle.
I did like a loop somewhere. Like I went the wrong way somewhere. And I'd never done it
Yeah.
before. It was the
What
first
are
time
those
I ever did it.
squares on the right hand side?
D cursive.
Oh.
I don't even use it, so I'll probably just get rid of it. I need to start using Voodoo. I need to play with Voodoo. We like going in.
They're at.
They're just all going in, so I don't know if they're here.
I
Or if
mean,
they're like kicking people out of their group. You suck! Get out! There's this
Damn.
big ass fucking.
It's a Tauren. Is it a Tauren?
Yeah.
Weird. A Tauren
See
Shadow
if I can
Priest.
figure out what I did. So I went here.
You
came
probably
back.
went through one of
I
those
did
little.
this shit. I looped this shit. I looped this shit.
Probably like, God damn, this guy, he really
No, they didn't
loves.
say anything. And then I was like, dude, did I take a wrong turn somewhere? And like, so all through here, man, I when I figured that out, all through here, I was freaking
They're ready check.
sprinting and everything. I know they were all here. Oh, they have
I
the food basket?
swear.
Oh well. Is it better to eat that? What does that give you?
It doesn't matter, dude. Fuck it. Food don't really.
How many battle res do we got? Just one? Just me? Oh no, he got B res. Okay.
No, he doesn't have B-res.
But he does.
He can onk.
He can't battle res people?
No. You got 2 B reses right now.
It
You
is.
got,
So they
yeah,
don't have
you,
battle res? They can just onk.
yeah, they can onk. That's it. You used to kind of be able to do a weird ghetto B-Res as a Shadow Priest where you could, if you die, I used to have this down, I used to have my spec set up to where, I think you still can do it, you can res somebody while you're in spirit mode, and then when spirit mode expires, you self-res. So it works pretty well, but you sacrifice kind of a lot of good stuff for that.
Oh, I got stunned.
That holds a disc of kil4joy's memories. Find that disc and bring it back to me. It may contain the knowledge we need to regain our strength.
Yeah, I swear. To me, I still have too much anxiety to do it, tank anxiety. But if you just are comfortable doing it and know your shit, God, or know the dungeons too, you can just fucking do whatever you want in this game.
Yeah, no, it's stupid. Like, I can't believe I wasted this much time not doing tank. Like, I don't even want to run a class that doesn't have a tank.
Yeah, it kind of sucks that they didn't like add a sub-spec for Warlock's Demonology, where you're a fucking. Like I said, all they had to do was make the spec, you know, merge Destro and Affliction, keep Demonology, and make a third spec called Metamorphosis, and just make it what the fucking Demon Hunter was, you know?
You know what? I didn't buff.
You didn't give him Gift of the Wild? It's funny how it took us half the season to realize. Just kill them all 3 at the same time.
Yeah, no one does that. Except why?
Oh, really?
Yeah, no one does this. It's like they just fucking kill them. And these low ones.
Well, yeah, but when you start getting up to like 15, 16, God, I don't see how you would do it any other way.
Healing Tide.
Fucking your healers.
Countered.
I hate this fight anyway. I think it's kind of dumb. Not a lot of space.
I don't know. No one ever really runs up there with me.
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't understand. That's on them. They're supposed to move.
I think that tussle actually helped clear my head.
Torn look retarded as a fucking priest.
We'll lend you a hand after we get our bearings.
Countered. 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 Countered.
I'll be right back. I gotta grab some.
Countered. Countered. Protection.
Now you see Unchieftain's power. Jungle Drugs, attack!
Countered. Healing Tide. Countered.
Now you see Unchieftain's power. Jungle Drugs, attack!
Countered. Divine Shield. Spirit Link.
Now you see Unchieftain's power. I will feast on your remains. Stonewall Drugs, attack! Always wins. Nice work. That frog has been a real test.
We know how to open the door, but that ugly rockhead always kept us out.
Want to see something nifty? What's this? That did it. Now let's see what we can find inside.
Here's marvelous mustache. Another locked door.
Leave this to me.
Halt! The unworthy will not enter this hallowed place. Frontier secrets will be protected.
This guy's not able to heal me very well.
Stop running, assholes.
Countered.
Some kind of library. Hey, what now? All I see are bulls.
Alright.
Maybe we can find a few treasure maps. We'll have a look while you go on ahead.
Had to get the
Dog stuff ready for tomorrow.
Oh.
Swear. Yeah, it's funny that anytime you
Countered.
get anything involving our pilot, which is the vehicle we keep in the garage,
Yeah.
they know it. There's something. Is, oh my god, they're gonna go somewhere. We gotta fucking be ready. I go to the door, and the runt, Sam, his nose is like right there, waiting. He won't dare come out right now because the door was kind of lean and closed. But he's waiting, and I open the door. He runs back. It's like, oh, we're going somewhere. We're going somewhere. We're going somewhere. Fucking old fucker.
Countered.
Hey, don't make a loop here.
Yeah, well, how did I do that last time?
Got sidetracked. Went through. Instead of making that right turn, you
I
turned
went around. I think I went
Counter.
around in circles.
Yeah.
Protection.
What are you doing, Doe?
Divine shield.
Coughing?
Countered.
Who won the game tonight?
Freaking Detroit kicked shit out of him.
Detroit people shit on him?
Yeah. Well, it's not Aaron Rodgers anymore, man.
I know. It's a weird NFL season, though.
Countered. Countered.
That's so weird. You don't put the fucking scores on the NFL homepage? What the fuck?
Activating additional defenses.
34 to 20. Damn, this is week 4.
Oh, they were kicking the shit out of him. It was 27 or 20 something. Like 7 at halftime.
Damn, why are they taking so much fucking damage?
Ooh.
Your group. Sometimes I sit there and wonder, man, I must just have higher standards because I would not. Nobody would be that. Like, everybody would be topped off. Fucking hell. I'd be breaking myself just to make sure everybody was topped off.
That's not right. This way.
Go back in the other area and make circles.
Look at all of this stuff!
The heroes. You can keep searching for whatever it is
Counter.
you folks are after. Yeah, we're calling dibs on this room. Safe travels all.
Well, the fucking Pally's bopped me a couple times.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I don't think the dude can heal me. I don't know what his.
What's his item level?
I don't know.
I guess hover over them in details when you get a chance.
Countered.
Yeah, I mean, rest of Shaman were supposed to be one of the top healers of Season 2. Supposed to be at the start of the season. I don't know. God, I'm gonna be in
Divine
a
shield.
hotel for the next couple nights instead of at that house, though.
You'll be at the hotel.
Yeah. I think Gab is gonna come back Saturday with Caleb because they're gonna drive back on Saturday. Originally, they had wine tasting, Caleb and his wife, and actually, technically, Tamara, my wife, and Caleb's wife's mother, they got passes for the month of October for winery stuff. It's like I don't know, you pay like this money and you get all these like places for wine. Anyway, they were gonna go Sunday, and
Counter.
they asked Tamara if she was still gonna be able to go or not, and she said, you know, obviously no, or we're driving home on Sunday. But I don't even know now if Caleb's gonna want to go, because here's the thing. The boys lived with their grandparents for a good chunk of their life as kids, so this set of grandparents is more impactful than my wife's grandparents. That said, they're probably, you know, my wife's mother passing will be really hard on them. Same with their grandmother, but their grandfather was kind of like almost a dad to them because, you know, they got divorced when, let's see here, I guess Tim would have been about six or so, I guess, got divorced, 6 or 7. And so, is that right? No, it wouldn't have been right. I guess it would have been more like 5 to 6. I think somewhere around there, because Zach was born and wasn't even that old, and they got divorced. And so Caleb would have been like 3 to 4, and Tim would have been like 4 to 5.
Now the dusk is lost to time, just as you are about to learn.
Wait, 3 to 4, 5 to 6. I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't matter. All I know is that they probably take this one dying harder, or they all seem to have, except Zach, since he wasn't really around them a whole lot. I don't know. Whole thing's fucked up, really. Ugh.
You're living it.
I'm laughing at that stupid picture I posted in the ice hockey channel earlier. I'm 50. All celebrity news looks like this. Curtains for Zusha, K-Smog, and Batboy caught flipping a grunt. I was like, SB Nation posted, is Baby Gronk the new Drip King, or is he just getting rizzed up by Livy? And it's like, I understand, because I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Who the fuck is Baby Gronk? I know who Gronk is.
Gronk have a kid?
Shit, I don't know. That's one person who don't need a fucking kid.
Spirit Link.
But the shit that they, I don't know, it's just... What's that Shadow Priest doing? More dots, more dots.
Healing time.
Your efforts are impressive, but in vain. The timelines are converging. There will be only one aspect, and Murasang shall be infinite!
Like barely beat that thing.
What did you do? How many keys you guys do?
3 keyed, but it was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
There was like only a couple seconds left or so.
You squeaked it. The last possible moment.
I thought it used to tell you like how many seconds were left. Just tells you the complete time, so I'm assuming we had 26 seconds left, because I know it said 30 when I looked at it one time.
Yeah, I don't know. It seems like there's got to be some mythic tool or mythic shit that we're missing and add-ons to
Oh,
kind of
there
give.
it is, I'm sure. These dudes are running all kind of crazy stuff. Crazy thing is the paladin, Ret Pally, he was his like oh, now I'm missing the word in my mouth. Let me think. His observation awareness. What am I trying to say? What is it? What's the
Situational awareness?
Yeah, it was like insane. Like he was pretty good. Like at what he was doing.
What
He
was
saw,
going on?
no, like he was pulling stuff for me. I didn't really have to do much, and even the hunter was like pulling stuff for me. So it was actually they were actually doing good.
Yeah, I've done some. It was easy. I'll put it this way: healing with season 1 was pretty fun, and we would be doing the same thing this season if we didn't have 2 other DPS, meaning Caleb and Gab, or not DPS, but you know what I mean, 2 other players.
Yeah.
Because I probably would have been heals again. He would have been tank. And that's what we did last season. We just did that, and we got to 2,000 rating just doing pugs 100% of the time. But the reason this worked so well is because we were always in voice chat talking,
Right.
and we knew. Oh yeah, he did whatever the blessing or whatever the fuck you want to do. I don't know much about the pallies, but he would do a bunch of stuff. We kind of were in sync with one another. I don't think we were so much this season. But that might change again this upcoming season because I'll be back to healing, and hopefully we can push harder. I guess I should rephrase that: push harder faster, meaning get to that 2,000 rating.
Yeah, we need it. I mean, you gotta think. I was just getting my feet wet again. I finally.
Yeah, I know. I'm not blaming. I'm not saying shit about anybody because in reality, this is the first season we all did stuff together, right? But it would be nice to jump into season 3 and start pushing, getting up to at least 10 right away, right? In the first weekend there,
you said 10, what do you mean? Like
mythic 10 plus 10, right?
Well, I don't know. I was thinking like I thought you would said somewhere that some people were saying like when they switch we should be able to be at like 8s like right away.
I'm not sure how low our key will get reset to because last season they dropped everybody's key like by 15 points or some shit.
Oh, yeah,
So-
that I believe, but I mean, I
So,
think
so we'll
gear-wise,
have
like,
to build the keys up, but yeah, I mean, we're going to be right at the bottom of the barrel in terms of gear. But what's going to hold us back this time is the first week we're going to be able to convert a piece, but it ain't going to be until week 2 that week 3 that we can convert the second one, because they're skipping every other week. You'll get a point instead of every week you're going to get a point, which
I
sucks.
don't understand why they're doing that, especially when they spread out the key,
I don't know.
the shit more. Like they want to slow it down. Like,
I mean, they already added all that other shit with veteran,
yeah, that's what I
adventure,
meant.
adventure veteran. You know, they already added all that stuff. So why does it really matter? I don't know. I disagree with that whole thing. I mean, the reality is you're going to be at the same point by week 2 as you would be with the current system, right? Because in the current system, you didn't get a conversion point until